Hello, you guys. Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, we have some topics to discuss. Let's start with what happened last Sunday. The Oscars happened last Sunday. I did not have too many dogs in the fight. You guys know I wanted Divine to get her things. I wanted Lily to get her things, but everything else I really didn't care that much about, honestly, because I think award season goes on too long since like the pandemic year and after. I just think that award season lasts too many months and it's just hard to continue to care about the same stuff over and over and over again. And also this year at the Oscars, there wasn't that much stuff that could be up for debate. There wasn't that much stuff that could be like who's gonna do it. We kind of knew what was going to happen, but the Oscars did happen, and of course Divine won Best Supporting Actress. I always say Divine should have 2 Oscars. She should have got an Oscar for Dolomite because I love Dolomite Is My Name with Eddie Murphy, and so I want Divine to get everything. I truly hope that this is the start of Divine being in more things, getting leading roles in things. Number 1, because she is a black woman. Number 2, because she is a plus size black woman. I just want that representation. And oftentimes, unfortunately, you get to the top of the mountain when you win the Oscars, right? But there's really nothing else after that. Like Prince said in one of his songs, I've been to the mountaintop and it ain't what you said. Like, there's really nothing after the Oscars for a lot of black people who get Oscars who are not humongous household names. So I really hope Divine continues to get amazing scripts and more black people get amazing scripts, and this is just not the end. We don't see 10 years from now. Remember when Divine won Best Supporting Actress, you know? So I really just hope, I don't even want to put negativity onto her moment, but I just hope that this is more for Divine, because Divine has been absolutely amazing and everything that she has been in. I don't even necessarily love The Holdovers, but I think Divine is amazing in it, and I'm just happy that Divine has an Oscar. Another person who I actually wanted to win their Oscar was Cillian Murphy. I have my critiques of Oppenheimer, but I do not have my critiques of Cillian. I think Cillian is amazing in Oppenheimer. I just think he brought this duality to this performance, this person who is being accused of being a communist, but also this man who did kill 200,000 people, who is responsible for the death of 200,000 people. He brought this duality to that performance, and I love Cillian's performance. And there, no, I do not think Robert Downey Jr. deserved the Best Supporting Actor Oscar, because I do not think Robert Downey Jr. is the Best Supporting Actor in that movie. So here's the thing. If you want to just give it to somebody from Oppenheimer, because Oppenheimer had to have a big night, I wouldn't have even given it to Robert Downey Jr., but I understand this is a career Oscar for Robert Downey Jr., so there's that on that. Let's get to Emma Stone and Lily. I have said this many times on my channel, I think. I am a La La Land truther. I enjoy La La Land. It's crazy. A lot of people felt like it had to be Moonlight or La La Land, but you guys know I love I adore Moonlight, and I really, really like La La Land. I like both of those movies, and when Emma Stone won Best Actress for La La Land, I defended her within an inch of my life. Like, I was like, no, Emma Stone is good in La La Land. Like, Emma Stone deserves her Oscar. But baby, it be the ones who come back and get you, because I'm gonna be honest, I did not want Emma Stone to win this Oscar. I wanted Lily Gladstone to get her things. There's 2 reasons why I didn't want Emma Stone to win her thing. Number 1, Lily Gladstone. I wanted Lily Gladstone to win. And number 2, I do not love Poor Things. There are just movies that are not for me. That are just not for me. I am not one of those people. I always tell people, this is where I differ from books and movies. Books that are boring and not for me, I still can have some type of appreciation for, because I really just love the English language and literature and storytelling via literature, but when it comes to movies, if I just do not like a movie, if it just does not appeal to me, I have nothing for it. I have absolutely nothing for it. Therefore, Poor Things was just not my type of movie. I am just not that type of person who can just be like, it wasn't for me, but nothing really landed that much for me in Poor Things except for the performances. I do, even in my haterism of Lily Gladstone not getting an Oscar, I can appreciate that Emma Stone is great in Poor Things, right? So that's all I appreciated, and I love the set design. The set design is so good. I was rooting for them to win set design, and I was happy that they did. But that's all I took away from that. I do not like Poor Things. I don't like the story. It just wasn't a Kenya movie. I don't know what to tell you. So those are the two reasons. I wanted Lily to win, and Poor Things is not a movie for me. But Emma Stone wins the Oscar, and it's just like, because of course she does. Because of course she does. Beyond the fact that Emma Stone is good in Poor Things, and maybe if Lily wasn't in the category, I could give it to her. It's just like, only 2 non-white people have won Best Actress in 100 years. Like, why would we expect anything to change that night, especially when it was such a neck and neck race? And another thing, the Emma Stone deserves the Oscar over Lily got racist very quickly. The people, not everyone who was in the Emma Stone is great camp, that's not true, but a specific sector of the Emma Stone deserves Best Actress Oscar got a little racist very quickly. There was this idea that there was something easy about Lily Gladstone's performance that was just 100% a dog whistle. Like, just because she was playing an indigenous woman and she is indigenous, there was just something like so easy about her performance. And then the other thing that I think was rooted in racism was the fact that people said she wasn't a lead actress in that movie. One of the biggest annoyances that ever happened at the Oscars for me was Glenn Close losing her Oscar for The Wife to Olivia Colman for The Favorite. I like Olivia Colman. I just didn't think she deserved that Oscar over Glenn Close. Olivia Colman is barely in The Favorite. She is barely in The Favorite, and she took an Oscar from Glenn Close. And, like, there was no issue with that. Like, people were upset because Glenn Close was the front runner that year. But, like, there was no issue with Olivia Colman not being, like, in the movie that much, right? And so I'm just like, you see when you do this? You see when you do this? And I promise you, if Lily would have went Best Supporting, which I think actually would have been the category fraud, if Lily would have been Best Supporting, none of those people who are saying she committed category fraud going Best Actress would say that same thing in defense of Divine losing to Lily Gladstone if Lily Gladstone would have carried that Oscar. The thing is, you just wanted a white woman to win. There is a specific group of people who I do think their argument was just rooted in racism, and that's not everyone, so relax. But there were some people, because I think Lily Gladstone gave the best actress performance of the year. Emma Stone's performance is over the top, and it's great, and there's a lot going on in it, but that does not make the best performance. Like, I think Lily Gladstone just added so much complexity to that character, and you feel it, and you really, really feel it. But you know what? It's over now. It's over now. I just hope that Lily Gladstone gets another opportunity. And yeah, that was the Oscars. Oh, Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling absolutely devoured. I'm just kidding. Absolutely devoured. You guys know I am a Ryan Gosling truther to the death of me. And yeah, Ryan Gosling devoured. I'm just kidding. Let's move on to Karrueche. I know that's a weird, like, change, but I just want to say something really quick. So Karrueche Tran is, she is a actress. She's a producer, I believe. You know, Karrueche is doing her thing. Emmy winner. Karrueche's doing her thing. Karrueche decided to start an OnlyFans. And on this OnlyFans, she does feet pictures. She does feet pictures. I ain't got no problem with that. That ain't none of my business. Karrueche does feet pictures. And so you got the people who, like, the minute they hear OnlyFans, they just gotta be the most hateful person you've ever seen. And so she starts getting dragged by the people who are just misogynist. And they start saying, Karrueche got an OnlyFans, Karrueche got a this, Karrueche's doing sex work and all this stuff. And Karrueche goes to defend herself, and she says there are people with feet fetishes, so foot fetishes, and she's just playing into that. If there are people who want to see her feet, she is going to sell feet pictures. But that does not mean that she is a sex worker. And this is where y'all have really annoyed me. Everybody wants to dip and dabble their toe into sex workism, but no one wants to interrogate the negative opinions they have for sex workers. No one wants to be in the company of sex workers, but everybody wants the advantages that come with doing sex work. Everyone wants the money that comes with sex work, but nobody wants to admit that, hey, I'm doing sex work, or there's nothing wrong with sex work. I'm destigmatizing sex work. None of that. No one wants to interrogate the negative feelings for sex work. Karuchi, in your tweet, you admit that people have a fetish for feet. What do you think that fetish is? It's a sexual fetish. It is a sexual, your feet arouses them, just like any other kink or fetish. So therefore, if they are sexually aroused by your feet and you're charging them for pictures of your feet so they can use them for their sexual gains, what's 1 + 1, baby? What's 1 + 1? You are participating in sex work. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Maybe you got to deal with how you feel about that. But, like, it just is what it is. And so, instead of saying what y'all not doing, let's talk about destigmatizing sex work. Back to the Oscars. This was the transition I should have used before going into Karuchi. Back to the Oscars real quick. There was this tweet, if I can find it, I will put it up. But this person said that we need to have a pendulum swing back to earnest engagement. And I could not agree more. There is a trend. It's a trend on YouTube. It's a trend on TikTok. It's a trend on all social media things where you engage with stuff that you know you're not gonna like. You know you're not gonna like. There's a few ways people do this. So let's say you never are going to like the Vampire Diaries. You do not like teen soap opera type of shows. But you will make a whole YouTube video for an hour saying like, oop, the Vampire Diaries was the worst show I ever watched and here is why. And you just recently watched the Vampire Diaries. And it's just like, why would you go watch a show you know you're not gonna like? You know you got to like. So you make an hour video talking about everything you dislike about this show that you never had any intention of actually liking. To me, people do this with all types of other stuff, with Glee, or like this, how this conversation came up. Jimmy Kimmel made a joke about who the fuck wants to watch 3-hour movies? 3-hour movie sucks. All of this stuff is so stupid. Y'all are getting so emotional over a trophy. And it's just like, if this doesn't matter to you, Jimmy Kimmel, fair enough. Fair enough. If you don't like something, if you don't understand why people can like romance books, if you don't understand why people can want to watch 3-hour movies, why people are getting emotional winning a fake gold statue, if all of those things do not appeal to you, fair enough. Go find stuff that does appeal to you. If you, and this is a pet peeve. This is a pet peeve. People who can tell you 10 things they fucking hate, and they can't tell you nothing they like. They can't tell you nothing they like. I'm like, when are you going to start to engage with pop culture in society in an earnest way? When are you going to start to like stuff? When are you going to start gushing and getting in the weeds about things you truly like? Life is a lot more fun. Now, that does not mean that I don't understand criticism. I don't understand. I have a whole book channel where I literally talk about books I do not like. But the thing is, I earnestly engage with them. I pick them up with there being a possibility that I could like them because I enjoy this thing. I do not, for example, I don't really like fantasy books. I only pick up fantasy books I think I could like. What if I just made constant videos of just watching just reading fantasy books? That would be stupid because all I would do was just drag fantasy books all day long. And it's like, when do you become not the audience of this thing? So like, I understand being critical of something, like, whoa, this could have worked and it didn't work. But when you just, everything you engage with, you just like, I don't fucking get it. This is so fucking stupid. It's like watching musicals and you don't like musicals. And so like the entire time you just be like, whoo, that was a lot of fucking singing. Oh my God, so they gotta sing about everything. Oh my God, she just started singing out of nowhere. No one would do that in real life. And it's just like, you don't respect the thing that you are even watching. You don't even have any respect for this thing at a base level. And why? Why don't you go watch something you do enjoy? Why don't you go read something you do enjoy? But there's just this, like, everyone is cynical. Everyone is cynical. Everyone has to be a jerk. Everyone has to be a prick. Everyone about everything. It's just like, do you ever talk about things you actually enjoy? Do you? Do you? That, I agree 100% with that tweet. We need to get back with people earnestly engaging with stuff. People earnestly wanting to. This is why I said at the very root of the Barbie movie, I appreciated Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling's performance because I think they earnestly took on the roles. They earned it, like they were trying to at least try to do this justice. And so, like, yes, I totally agree. I think this era we're in of like just talking about shit you deeply despise, and not that you deeply despise because of what it is, you deeply despise this at a root, like what everything it stands for, you do not like. You do not like romance books. You do not understand romance books. Why are you reading romance books? There are so many things that people love that I just do not get. That I just do not get. I am not about to sit up here for hours and hours and hours, word to money long, and be like, let me tell you every single reason why I hate this thing when there's so many things that I love. There's so many, because like, it's just not for me. Everything just ain't for me. Okay? It's just like Poor Things. Poor Things is just not my type of movie. It's just not my type of movie. But I'm not going to sit and have somebody gushing about Poor Things and everything they love about Poor Things, and the stuff they're gushing about, I know is shit I do not like. It's just like, you got it. Now we can have a conversation about critical things. So if I find there's an issue in the script, if I find there's an issue in acting, if there's things inside of the media that I don't think is done well, fair enough. But the thing is, there's nothing that these things could do to make you like them. There's nothing they could do because you just don't like it. You just do not like this thing, or you're just searching for something to hate. You just want to be a jerk. You just want to be a jerk, and that's why you're doing it, right? So it's not about actual having critical conversations about the thing. It's just you're just hating. You're just hating. Let's move on to AD. AD is from Love is Blind. Now, I've said this on my Patreon. Go listen to my Patreon podcast. That's when I really gets to cooking. I said this on my Patreon that I think this past season of Love is Blind, AD really got the shitty end of the stick when it comes to the commentary about her. I've just seen people be really hard on AD in so many ways. And I'm just like, this is a little strange. Hard on the way AD looks, hard on the way AD dresses, her hair, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, are y'all this hard on y'allself? Are y'all this hard on y'allself? Like, let's be serious. But I'm here to tell you, AD, I saw her talking, and she said that, she's still like talking to Clay. Her and Clay still talking. And it's like, girl, Clay is not the person to be in a situationship with. You need to cut the cord. You need to cut the cord, AD. I'm sure being on Love is Blind, your face has been broadcast to many people. There's a lot of gentlemen callers. Hit them up and see what they got going on. But you don't need to be with Matthew. You don't need to be with Clay. None of this. None of this. You want to know what? I didn't make my follow-up to Love is Blind. We are at a place where, like, either one, we're just going to have to admit we just want mess from Love is Blind. And so Love is Blind is just going to give us the messiest fucking people alive. And that just is what it is. Or, like, we going to have to go back to basics. Here is the thing. I think most people who sign up for Love is Blind is recruits. Don't get me to lying. But I think they're recruits. And, like, you could say, okay, they need to find people who actually want to find love, who actually want to do all this. And like, those people will be just as attention hungry, right? I don't know what the answer to this is, but like, I guess it's what you want out of Love is Blind. Because I'm going to be quite honest with you. I sign up to Love is Blind to see the mess. To see the mess. Because that one couple, Amy, and I don't even know the other dude named Johnny. What was his name? I found them boring as hell. And they so madly in love with each other. So, like, I can't even say that I'm just here for, like, love. But is there, like, a medium where, like, there's mess? Because I do sign up for the mess. And there's, like, people who are, like, actually want to fall in love. Is there a medium there? I don't know. Some place we can, medium is a middle. Is there a place we can meet in the middle with that? I don't know. But AD, run from Clay. Run from Clay. I am not as hard as on Clay as, like, a lot of people are. Like, a lot of people want Clay head. I'm not that far, but Clay is full of shit. Clay is disingenuous. Like, the word for Clay is disingenuous. Like, nothing Clay says you can take at face value. Like, there's always something else. There's always something else on the other side of that. And Clay got issues, child. Vogue, Ebony, Cosmo, he got issues, baby. So, no. Anyways, we're 2 weeks away from Beyonce Cowboy Carter album. A lot of people have an issue with Cowboy Carter, the name, and have your issues. But we live in a world where Beyonce's first album is called Dangerously in Love, which is just a song that was on a Destiny's Child album. And then we have an album that's called B-Day because it just so happened the gods had her album be able to come out on a Tuesday, and her birthday was on a Tuesday, and it was the day of her birthday, September 4th, and she was able to name her album B-Day. Then we get the most unserious album name of them all, I Am Sasha Fierce. At this point, Sasha Fierce doesn't even exist anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore. Beyonce doesn't even use Sasha Fierce as her alter ego anymore. So she's killed Sasha Fierce. And it's called I Am Sasha Fierce, with one side being I Am and one being the Sasha Fierce side. Like always been unserious. Number 4, she has an album entitled 4 because it's her 4th album and it's her favorite number. And so she has an album named 4. And then you get the most finally Beyonce does a self-titled album with Beyonce. And then she gives you Lemonade, which is just a play on, I had lemons, but I made lemonade. I remember, see, as an old head, I remember when Lemonade was announced and people was like, Lemonade is the name of the album, see? And so then, what do we get? Renaissance, which is a great name. Renaissance, probably the best of the names. And then now we get Cowboy Carter. We're back to unserious. We're back to unserious. So y'all just be saying stuff. Like, y'all just be like, this is on brand. This is on brand for the queen. I am so excited for this album. I kind of need visuals. I hate to be the one to complain, but I kind of need visuals. I want to see Mama so bad. I want to see Mama do a boom cat so bad. I need some visuals. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.